Good morning, everyone. This is meteorologist Shane Hinton hopping on to our online platforms in order to give you a detailed look at your holiday forecast. The time is currently 10:10 on Monday morning, and I hope you're having a great day so far. I know many people enjoying that extended holiday weekend, but some folks still have to head to work today. So let's go ahead and get a quick check of what we're monitoring right now. I'm also going to be keeping my eyes on the YouTube TV comments, so if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them there in the comments as well. I'll try to address any questions that I can. You're currently taking a look from our tower camera where we're tracking a mostly sunny start to the day, but also keep in mind that we will see some additional clouds start to develop a little bit later this afternoon. Temperatures have already climbed to 86 degrees both out at the airport and at Camp Mabry, with dew points in the lower 70s, so it's certainly very warm and humid out there. We are tracking a quiet Doppler radar at least. Keep in mind we did see some showers and storms develop in the western hill country a little bit earlier this morning. Those have since fizzled out. We will see some isolated storms start to develop for the back half of the afternoon and into the early evening. So we'll talk about that in addition to what you can expect for your Independence Day forecast. Let's zoom out across the country and show you what we're working with in regards to the atmosphere. You can see an area of high pressure out towards the southeast and then another area of high pressure out closer to the west coast. Now, the reason for this is we have a mid-level trough that's kind of splitting one large area of high pressure in half. Now, if you recall, last week this was the high pressure that was keeping it so toasty here in central Texas, but it shifted out toward the east. Well, now that it's split, we're going to see a couple of changes. The first of which is we are monitoring a cloudier day across central Texas, and the second of which we could see some isolated rain chances start to develop. So let's walk you through the day today. High-res forecast models still hinting at some isolated activity. I think the bulk of it's not going to arrive until the afternoon. Temperatures around 1:30 have climbed into the upper 80s to lower 90s by that point. Peak heating of the day I think is going to get into the upper 90s on the thermometer, but feels like temperatures will be in the triple digits. We do not have any heat advisories or heat warnings in effect for today, but you should still continue to follow any heat protocol because we know many people spending time outdoors, maybe people getting dehydrated. So it's great to make sure you are drinking water and also using that sunscreen. By around 4 or 5, we could see a few isolated storms. Then you see even by 6:30 and 7, we're still monitoring that. It's about a 20% chance at this point, very sporadic. The high-res models have been pretty all over the place with where it could be. Earlier this morning, the projections was showing more along and east of I-35, although I have seen some recent models showing a little bit of isolated activity in the hill country. So it's just best to be on alert if you have any outdoor plans for the back half of the day. I'm not expecting severe storms, but keep in mind during this time of the summer, we're dealing with a lot of instability in the atmosphere. So any storms that do develop could become strong. You can see that some of these models are still showing isolated activity even until midnight tonight. I think for the most part, the main activity is going to be throughout the afternoon into the early evening, if any at all. In regards to 4th of July, it's going to be a mostly quiet and muggy start. By the peak heating of the afternoon, I think we will once again climb into the upper 90s. Feels like temperatures once again in the lower triple digits, around 103 or 104 in Austin. Come the evening time, the forecast model still holding on to a 10 to 20% chance at best for an isolated shower or storm. I think by fireworks show time, it will be very isolated in nature, if anything at all. So for the most part, I think we'll be good to go for our fireworks shows. We will continue to monitor this, obviously, and provide updates on air and online. In regard to sky coverage, the models are still holding on to a mostly cloudy 4th of July evening, and because of that, we are also going to be tracking some rather muggy conditions as well. There's going to be plenty of moisture in the air. So once again, remain hydrated. As we take a look at your forecast for the lake today, I know many people probably heading out on the water. You can see temperatures peaking in the upper 90s, and around 4 or 5 o'clock is when we could see a 20% chance for showers and storms to start developing. So just something to be mindful of. If you are going out on the water, continue to monitor the forecast. You can monitor the radar on KVUE.com. You can also download the KVUE News app, enable your location services, and then we'll be able to notify you if you have any warnings in your area. As we take a look at your heat index values for today, this is why we're stressing to continue following those heat protocol. We're talking feels like temperatures around 104 or 105 in Austin today. So it's still going to feel a lot hotter. Even though we are not reading triple digits on the thermometer, it's still going to feel like it, unfortunately. Area-wide, temperatures on the thermometer will actually look a little bit more like they should this time of year. Mid to upper 90s. 95 is our typical high. I'm forecasting around 98 out at Camp Mabry. In regard to your your allergy count. If you're sensitive to mulberry or ash, you might need that allergy medication. They're both in the medium category for today, but I did not see any significant oak, grass, weeds, or even mold. They're all in the lower end or non-existent for today. For your Independence Day forecast, specifically, you'll see 97 degrees, mostly cloudy to partly sunny. We're still tracking about a 10% chance for a shower or storm with a heat index of 103. Now, for those of you that are launching fireworks, if you're able to legally do so in your locations, make sure that you're keeping in touch with the winds. Right now, the forecast is calling for 5 to 10 mile per hour winds, so nothing too crazy out there. Sunset will be at 8:37. Now, let's talk about the rest of the week. So after the holiday, whether you're traveling or you're just trying to make outdoor plans, it's important to know that we will see those rain chances be on the rise. We're going to be monitoring a stalled frontal boundary that could be moving into the area on Thursday. That could spark anywhere from a 20 to 30% chance for showers and storms for the back half of the work week. Temperatures will still linger in the upper 90s for the most part, and unfortunately still stay humid. But the real heat arrives for the weekend because that area of high pressure that gets split and one half is out there in the west coast. Unfortunately, it's going to be making its way to central Texas, and that is going to dry us up and heat us up as well. We're going to be talking practically no rain chances and triple-digit temperatures making a return. I also want to talk about the Saharan dust that we're going to be monitoring. We are seeing a plume of Saharan dust that is moving in from the west coast of Africa. It's traveled all the way across the Atlantic Ocean and could be making its way to central Texas as early as Wednesday. Now, we could still be dealing with some residual smoke from some agricultural burning in portions of Mexico and South Texas. That's typical for this time of year. That is what could also cause us to be medium on the air quality index on Tuesday. But Wednesday, Thursday, we could see some smoke on the horizon, or excuse me, some dust on the horizon, which could negatively impact our air quality and also make for some pretty intense sunrises and sunsets. That is, if we get the clouds to move out of here and also if we don't see any rain. Your 7-day forecast, let me pull this up full for you guys. We are monitoring temperatures in the upper 90s throughout a majority of your holiday week. We're talking triple digits starting on Friday and then lingering all the way into the weekend when that sunshine makes a return. Best rain chances are going to be on Thursday, but right now the forecast models are not entirely impressed with how much rain there could be. Right now it's leaning toward anywhere from a trace of rain to maybe up to a 1/10 of an inch of rain. So we're not seeing anything entirely promising in regards to rainfall that could end our drought conditions, but there is at least some rain chances on the horizon, and we will take any small win that we can get. So continue to make sure you are listening to your body during these next couple of days, since many people are going to be spending time outdoors. Continue to take care of your furry friends as well. Make sure it's not too hot when you're taking them on their walks, and make sure you have a plan during those fireworks shows. Until then, we hope everyone has a fantastic day. Meteorologist Grace Thornton will be on KVUE Midday starting at 11 o'clock this morning with an updated look at that rain timeline for this afternoon and for what else you can expect for the rest of the week. Until I see you all again, stay safe, stay smart, most importantly, stay kind, and I hope you all have a great day.